And apparently I'm live. Welcome. Oh, welcome everybody to what is the third part of my random snack food series. And by series, I guess that technically counts as a series now because the first one was a one-off, the second was a sequel, and I guess now it's technically a series. I don't know exactly. I'm clearly just making this up as I go along. Just a moment. Part 3. I'm typing this up and posting it on Twitter. This is very exciting television. I hope that nobody is actually watching this at this point. Somebody will be eventually. I don't. Hi, Emily. Sure. Right as I am saying nobody's watching this. Anyway, so I am back again with my random bag of Japanese snacks that I got from my older sister via a certain website that's named after a forest. And I'm just going to try some random things because why not? Because it's a thing, because I can, and because that's what the internet's for. Today we're not going to plan ahead as to what they are. I'm just going to just reach in and grab something out, and that's what we're going to try. Our first, it seems to have some sort of a bunny on a tricycle on it. Some numbers that I have no idea what they mean on the back. And let's find out what they are. They look like they're some sort of small cracker. I don't know. Yeah, little cracker type bun thing. You know what they taste like? If you had the cereal Kix, kid tested, mother approved. Kix was the strangest cereal because I don't know that I could have ever told you what it was supposed to like. It's not like it like cornflakes. It's flakes made of corn. Like most cereals, you can identify what it is. Kix is like some sort of strange corn puff scenario. That is not what these are. These, what they taste like is, the little hard breadsticks that are what people apparently outside of the United States think of as breadsticks, or at least in Europe. I don't know. There's been this discussion. I can't remember what they're called. Otherwise, but like the little thin, crunchy breadstick type things. I I don't know. But these taste like they have the same texture and crunch as those like little breadsticks. My brain wants to say crostinis, but that's wrong. I think maybe it's wrong. No, a grissini, Italian style grissini. Yeah, like the little crunchy breadsticks, except they've got a sweet coating on them. It's not overwhelming, but that's the thing that reminds me of Kix. Is like the sweetness. It's very strange. I realized I think I've eaten one of them, but yeah, they are. I don't know. Like little sweet bread, crunchy bread things, and they're not bad. I mean, they're definitely something that I would just idly eat. Probably away from the microphone because I feel like having me crunching in the microphone is not necessarily great entertaining television internet viewing. Oh, that's interesting. Because like if they sit in your mouth and soften, then they almost taste like the little marshmallow things in, I don't know why I keep going back to breakfast cereals to describe everything today, but they remind me of the little marshmallow things in Lucky Charms, sort of. Like letting them soften in your mouth is a very strange journey as I stop for a moment and think about what time it is where you are, Emily. Oh my goodness. Your sleep schedule is definitely one of the two worst sleep schedules between the two of us. Yeah, they kind of dissolve too. Like if you don't bite down on them. That's interesting. I have no idea what these are, but that's a journey. Um, yeah. Again, no idea what they are, except that they have a rabbit on a tricycle on the cover and some labeling in Japanese that I have no way of reading. I imagine that if I really, really needed to, I could probably take pictures of it and do like a Google search, or I mean maybe even like there's a Google Translate thing I could do to find out what the title of this culinary delight is. I'm gonna give these like an 8 out of 10. Like they were not ranking that highly at first. I was probably not going to put them up that high up the scale, but now that I've gotten that, like, just accidentally figured some of the versatility of them, uh, that's yeah, no, that's not bad. Maybe it's it's almost like somewhere between, and this is the strangest comparison I'm going to make for this particular item because I don't know what the rest of the bag holds for me. But it's almost somewhere between like those crunchy breadsticks, the grissini, and a meringue, which is not a comparison I thought I would ever be prone to make. But mm-hmm. Yeah. So shine on, little tricycle riding bunny, whatever you are. All right. Let's pick up something else from this bag, and this is I don't know what this is. It seems to have some sort of like cherry blossoms on the packaging. Again, the packaging, no English at all. This one doesn't even have numbers. Um, it feels a little bit like some sort of a round hard candy situation, like not exactly a jawbreaker, but something along those lines. And that is it's not soft like a gummy. Um, oh, it it like looks like a little cherry. So it's like I said, it's hard, kind of. a little bitter. Like I bit it, and there's like I kind of cracked the outer shell a little bit, and it's a little bit bitter, and I don't know. It smells like a little bit plum-ish, plummy. I don't know if that's the word, whatever. But nope, nope. Nope. No. No. It again, bitter is the word. I may have said that 6 or 7 times, but I feel like it deserves emphasis at this point. No, it is not great. And like an aftertaste that is lingering, and that is just not pleasant. I don't know what it's supposed to be. It feels a little bit like like somebody put the pit of a plum in there. I don't know. I'm going back to the tricycle bunny as a palate cleanser. Cause all right, let's try to do like a little bit of a breakdown on this plum pit thing. Texture is slightly unnerving, at least like I don't know if just a little bit off-putting. There's a strange hardness to it. It has a very bitter juice to it, apparently, when you bite into it. And no, this one does not receive my seal of approval. I am giving that a 2.5 out of 10, in that I would rather taste that again than be punched in the face, but there would be a pause as I considered. So the next one that I am picking out is this. I don't know if you can read that. Probably not, because it looks a little blurry on my screen. But it seems to have a picture of a... Oh, is that a child or a monkey? I think it's a child. I think it's a picture of a child. Some sort of like fruit in front of them, and it says fruits, donuts. So looks like it's some sort of a gummy, possibly with some sort of a sour powder to it. I don't know. Either way. I think this one, if I remember right, Yaukin. I believe that this one is a company that made one of the ones I liked in my last video, so that's possible. Positive? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like a fruit gummy. It's not too sour. It's a little sour. It's a little bit of sour from the powder on it. It's not too overly sweet. It's one of those ones where You taste it and you're like, that is supposed to be a fruit. I could not tell you what fruit it's supposed to be. Maybe it's supposed to be apple. Who knows? Probably the people who make this, but not me. Or maybe it's supposed to be like a lemon lime thing because it's green and yellow. I don't know. But it's tasty. I mean, it's good. I mean, that one's much more straightforward. I mean, just it's a little gummy fruit ring thing. It's not raising existential questions like that plum pit thing. I don't even know. I'm going to take a picture of that while we're talking about it. And we'll post this on the internet. And be like, hey, can anyone tell me what this says? This is very exciting live television. Live viewing, I don't know. It's probably not. And we'll send that whizzing out into the internet. We'll see if somebody gets back to me with an answer. I figure that eventually somebody will. One way or another. But yeah, no, the fruit gummy thing. That was good. I'm gonna give that a 7.5 out of 10. And as I do that, I am realizing that my rating system is probably highly skewed because I'm like, do I like it? It's a 7 or an 8. Do I hate it? It's like a 3. Which means there's probably not much of a point in having a whole rating system out of 10, but I feel like I've already established that that's how I'm going to do it, and we'll just we'll just go with it. It's not, it's as rigorous and straightforward a process as everything else that I'm doing here. It goes. So these little breadstick meringue things, surprisingly good. All right, next treat from the random bag. Oh, treats. Actually, I'm gonna go with this one. This one is. Oh wait, no. This one, the 2 words that I can read off of the front are. Sorry, I'm trying to read the back of this as well, and my eyesight's not great. The 2 words that I can intriguingly read off of the front of this bag that seems to have some sort of octopus on it that is, if you will notice, sweating, I think, is what's going on up here. Seems to have a headband, and is that a fan? I'm not sure. The 2 words in English on the bag, I guess there's the words on the back that say made in Japan. But up front they say, and I quote, Texas corn. So, I mean, that we'll see how it goes. I'm always intrigued about what what other countries think American things are like. And I am at this point cannot think of anything other than the American style restaurant in Australia in The Good Place, which probably doesn't count because it is an American TV show, but I mean, still, that's still what I'm thinking of. All right, so Texas corn. I don't know what Texas corn is supposed to be. Time to find out. Mm. Okay. Yeah. No. So it's that very similar sort of I'm coming back to Kix again because no, I mean it's that kind of like that corn puff sort of thing that we had in one of our previous snacks earlier. Um, and but it's got a little bit of just a little savory something to it. I don't know exactly what. I can't identify it exactly. It's not. It's kind of like a puffed version of a Frito, pretty much. Would be the best way that I would describe it. Um, or not or like yeah, like Fritos or something, um and it's a very interesting flavor. It's not a bad flavor. It's a flavor that I would enjoy. I mean, I don't know that I'd go out of my way to eat it, but it is kind of tasty. But it does come down, yeah, like it's kind of like a puffed Frito, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Um, but it's almost a little disconcerting because that's not the texture that I'm used to getting that kind of flavor from. I'm used to getting it from much crunchier flavor. Um, and so there's a little bit of a disconnect between the one and the other. And I mean, it's not bad. I don't know what exactly Texas corn counts as, um, but um, it's entertaining. It's not bad. I would give this one. I'd give this one. I'm going to expand my rating system, by which I mean use it more completely. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. It's not. It's not bad. It's not terrible. It's not great, but it's the Drew Carey show of snacks. I wouldn't go out of my way to avoid it, but it's not like I would ever see it on the TV and be like, "Oh, hey, I love that. That's my favorite." Um oh man, what are the okay, all right. What are the all right. So no, those are big chili cheese Fritos. I just want like homemade regular Fritos. Okay. I mean, like I guess the homemade chili cheese Fritos are relatively okay. They use chili powder, garlic powder, and onion powder for the chili cheese Fritos. Um, and it's on like a corn chip that's fried. It's not like a tortilla chip. It's a heavier chip. These ones also they might also have some paprika in them. I don't know, but yeah, it's like a garlic and onion chip. garlic and onion powder on a heavy corn chip. Except these ones are not as heavy. They're like a puffed corn thing. Do you have does England have do you have like the what are they called? I mean, because there's Cheetos. There's two types of Cheetos. There's the crunchy Cheetos and then the other Cheetos, which are not as popular. Um, but they have almost that like styrofoam esque consistency to them, which does not sound appealing, admittedly, and may not be, I guess, to a rational human being. Um, but that's kind of how these end up tasting is like a little not entire like somewhere between styrofoam and rice cakes, and I am not helping these sound any better. So okay, yeah. So you know what's it? See, you say you have something called What's Its, which are puffy Cheetos, but as I'm like reading that and agreeing with you, um, there is fully a part of my brain that is like, you know what, Emily could entirely just be screwing with you. You would have no way of knowing Devin. You would not know if she were, and if she were, you would entirely deserve it. So yeah. Um, yeah, so I'm going to give those a 6 out of 10. Not bad. Not terrible. But yeah, no, I would eat them if they were in a bowl. And we're going to do one more snack here. Oh, somebody replied to my question about what the Oh, hey. Oh. All right. Okay. So somebody answered and replied to my question about what this was. They said it's ume, ume, UME. It's a type of fruit, common in Japan. They apparently are somewhat related to apricots. They're sometimes called plums, but they're closer to apricots. Oh, that may be okay. So there are a couple of things that people do with them, which are making them umeboshi, which are pickled umi fruit and like a salted Japanese plum, which that definitely I feel like having like this. I mean, this is probably not what it was. This is probably like a sort of similar version that is like a candy version of it. But yeah, so it's like a Japanese plum or apricot. It's salted or brined and dried out, and yeah, that seems very similar to the flavor vibe that I got from that, and not a fan personally. Um, so one more snack food. We will go with what are you? Lollipop candy ice stick lipstick assorted fruits flavor. Wow, that is a whole lot of things going on in one name. Lollipop candy ice stick lipstick assorted fruits flavor. It seems it's like feeling it. It feels like it is some sort of feeling it in the package. It feels like it's some sort of lollipop, which seems like it. It is assorted fruits flavor. Ooh. Oh man, that's good. Uh it's oh man, this is good. It's like at I like you know that kind of like and I'm going to say this again, realizing again very simply that this may be very different for Emily as I use an American term. Do you ever like you know that like fruit sherbet flavor? Because I feel like sherbet is a different thing in Britain than it is in America. Uh but this has like a nice kind of like vanilla citrusy flavor to it, and very good. It's kind of mild, pretty delicious. Um, and definitely a better way to end than that bitter ume thing, um, which just still disappointed. I feel slightly betrayed by by that candy. Um, Sherbet is fizzy. See, I don't like it's a frozen thing for us. It's like a like it's like a type of fruit ice cream. Somewhere in between sorbet and ice cream. It's got it's got more fruit but less dairy than ice cream, I think. And it uses like yeah, more fruit to it. Um I'm looking this up. Yeah, it falls in between sorbet and ice cream as it is similar to ices, but does include dairy ingredients in small amounts, about 1 to 2%. So like it's I mean clearly it's not a uh oh, it's like a powder in oh, it's like a powder. Okay, so is sherbet powder? It's like a I'm looking this up, and it seems that sherbet in Britain is something like somewhere between like the bastard child of Fun Dip and Pop Rocks, but I could be wrong. Anyway, fruit sherbet. I'm never sure about the second R if the second R is supposed to be there, but um, in the U.S. it's like a type of ice cream. It's a frozen dessert. Um, it's fruity. It's not as strong as like sorbet flavors are, or like Italian ice stuff is. Um, and that's pretty much what this tastes like. Is it is kind of a mellow citrus, some vanilla to it to mellow it out a little, or like a cream. And it's really good. I really like it. I would give this one probably about a 7.5. I like saying 7.5 because it makes it feel like my rating system has any sort of precision or authenticity to it, as opposed to just numbers I'm picking out of nowhere. Um, but for a package that labels itself as ice stick lipstick, this one turned out really well. I was surprised. Boiled sweets? I have no idea what boiled sweets are. And I'm going to wait here for a moment for the lag because I want answers about this boiled sweet situation. Is that like making hard candy or because I mean my first thought is it's like boiling vegetables but sweet things and that sounds okay, hard candy. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Okay. I was just I was concerned that it was like a situation where like I don't know, like Britain has some really concerning culinary traditions to me. And I recognize that they are 50% concerning traditions, 50% my brain taking things and making them sound terrible. Because I am very certain that I can't remember what that thing were the name of the thing we were talking about a few days ago or a week ago. I am very certain that it would not be described in any way as Marmite Gatorade. But that is in a way what my brain has. America has pillaged some of the finest cuisine from around the world and then made it worse. But we also do still have some good things. But I don't know. I had someplace I was going. But I know my brain for some reason likes to take the worst possible description for a food, like the thing that would be like nobody would ever describe it. And my brain just going to just jump into it and yeah, I don't know. Don't disrespect the Leaning Tower of Chisa like that. Also, spray cheese is terrible, but I think that Velveeta is technically worse, and they're both crimes against dairy. And we should apologize to science for it and to food. But I don't know. I mean, we also have the entire terrible tradition of putting things in Jello that should not be in Jello, and in a way, Jello itself is kind of concerning, kind of terrifying. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, this is good. A couple other things I had were good. That Umi thing was not my jam. But some of the other things were delicious. So that I think is pretty much where we're going to wrap up today's Devin Tries Random Snack Foods. I still have several things in the bag. I also still have some popcorn that I need to try at some point. And I don't know. I'm sure that I can do a few more episodes of this, and then I'll figure out what else I can try randomly on camera and at least entertain Emily. So thank you for watching, and I hope everybody has a good evening or morning or get some sleep at any point in their lifetime.